Good morning. We're gonna go outside this morning, so let me get set up here and we'll start our chat. It is Thursday already. This week is absolutely flying by, but it's gonna be a really fun weekend, so I'm happy for it. All right, let's sit right here. We'll take a little break. I have been running around this morning. Scott and I went to our gym and we found out some news. One of our favorite coaches, Coach Scott, his name's Scott too, he is leaving. So we're having a coach leave our gym. So we are sad to see him go. Coach Scott, if you're watching, thank you for the inspiration. He is taking a sales position, and today was his last day that we're gonna be there while he's there. So that was sad, but best of luck to him on his new journey. And then we got home and I made us some shakes in the blender and packed up Scott's lunch and got him out the door. And then I ran over to the grocery store real quick to get some things for this weekend because we're gonna have a guest. So I wanted to make sure she has everything that she needs. Lisa's coming into town, my friend from Virginia. So she's coming in tomorrow. So I ran over there to the grocery store real quick, and now I am back home. Just got back home just in time. So I'm still in my gym clothes. I haven't even changed yet. Haven't even showered, but I am so looking forward to the weekend. Lisa is just so dear to me, and she will be here tomorrow morning. Now, she is supposed to be flying in and landing at about 10:30. So for tomorrow, my plan is going to be to drive over to the airport and then go live from the waiting area of the airport. So I'll be in the little cell phone waiting place in my car tomorrow morning for our live if her flight is on time. So we'll have our chat tomorrow. Live from the airport basically, and then it'll just last until she lands and texts me that she's ready for me to pick her up. Rebecca, thank you so much for the gift. You guys are so sweet sending over gifts during the live videos. It's really nice. So yeah, you guys are going to the airport cell phone waiting area tomorrow. Y'all just go wherever I'm at. So that's where we will be tomorrow during the live. And we're a little bit nervous about the flight because I don't know if you guys have seen on the news that United is having all kinds of issues, and her flight is a United flight, of course. And yesterday, I guess they grounded a bunch of planes and had huge delays because they had technology issues. So it'll be interesting to see if she gets here when she's supposed to get here. Amy says she saw that in the news. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. They delayed a lot of flights, and so they're behind. And even when she checked in today, they were like asking people to take vouchers in like place of their flight, basically. So like volunteer to take a later flight and then get like some kind of reimbursement from United in the form of like travel credit or something. And so I told Lisa, she was like, what do you think I should do? And I was like, well, you know, that's up to you because that's your money. But if it was me, I would just stick with the original plan because I don't know, I don't trust it. And those travel vouchers are funny. They've got lots of different rules and you know, when you can use them and when you can't, and they expire and all that. So I just said, you do whatever you think is right for you, but I would just stick with my original flight so you don't hopefully you don't get stuck at the airport for too long. Joan, thank you for the gift. Joan sent a flower. Thank you so much. I think that my aunt goes with whatever is like the best value for the flight. And I think that's what Lisa did too, because this is a direct flight she was supposed to have. And they have 4 flights out of DC tomorrow that come to Charleston. and hers is, I think, the first one. It's definitely the first direct flight. So she chose a direct flight, and then I think there's 2 direct flights and 2 that have layovers, and so we'll see what happens. How long of a drive is it? I think it's about 9 hours. And she does drive it sometimes. She drives it when she's bringing her dog. So she has the dog Riley that you guys have met before. But this is a quick trip. She's gonna be here Friday, leaves out on Monday. So this is just 3 nights. So she chose to fly it so that she wasn't spending, a full day driving. And usually those flights are pretty inexpensive. It's almost just about as expensive to drive as it is to fly from DC, because they have so many flights out of DC all the time. And her boyfriend can take her to the airport, and so she doesn't have to pay for parking and all that stuff. And then while she's here, I'll just drive her around town. So she doesn't really need a car while she's here, because we'll be together the whole time. And then the plan is tomorrow, if she gets in at a good time, I think tomorrow we're gonna try to pick up Oakland and take her to the jump place where they have like the indoor trampoline park. Oakland's been wanting to go there, and she likes to go when somebody will jump with her. So I think me and Lisa are gonna go and we'll jump too. So that'll be fun. I think we're gonna do that. Lisa also considers herself Oakland's aunt, just like I do. We're both really good friends with Oakland's mom, Nikki. So Oakland and Lisa have a good relationship too, and we always try to spend time together when Lisa's in town. She likes to see Oakland as much as possible when she's here. And now Beckham too. Beckham's a little too small still for the trampoline park though, so we're just gonna take Oakland. And then on Saturday, Lisa and I will head out early in the morning and go over to where Oakland is having her birthday party, and we're gonna set up all the stuff. We're gonna help Nikki set up for it. And then the party, we'll go to that. And then after the party, Scott and I have to go to a North Charleston community event, which is called It's Cool to Be Back in School. And it's a really neat event that they do here in North Charleston, where they hand out school supplies. It's kid friendly. So we have to stop by there and, participate in that for a little while on Saturday after Oakland's party. And then we'll be free for the evening Saturday, and we don't have any plans on Sunday. I'm hoping for some good weather, and maybe we can get back to the beach, because I'm sure that Lisa would like to see the beach. We'll at least go and take a walk on it. Maybe take Delilah out there, because she likes to play on the beach. Let's see, what's everybody else doing this weekend? Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. See, Oakland's last week without school. She starts school next week, so this is kind of like the last week of summer, so we're trying to fit all the things in right now. And this is a great week because school is in for some kids. So like when we went to the beach yesterday, there weren't very many people there because a lot of the schools around here have already started. So kids are back in school. Let's see, what's Tina saying about flying? I missed the comment. Tina says, I was just wondering if driving would be a better choice. Understand quick trip, but yikes, I'm a scaredy cat. And Star is agreeing with her. Star says she used to fly all the time, but not anymore, no way. Yep, I do not mind flying. I'm not afraid to fly at all. I understand driving is more dangerous than flying, but these delays and you get stuck places, it's so difficult now to get anywhere. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the bird sounds. It's really nice out here. It's overcast, so it's not too hot. It's supposed to be warming up this afternoon, but right now it's beautiful, and I actually was gonna do the live from the outside table by the pool, but as soon as I stepped outside, we had a couple little raindrops fall. So I thought, well, let me just set up in the porch and we'll just stay in the porch in case it starts raining. We won't have to run inside. Ooh, Amy's got a fun weekend planned. Her son is coming with her twin granddaughters for the day. Saturday is all planned. That will be fun. Thank you, Tina. Tina says, I hope the weather is wonderful for all your plans. I do too. We have been showing on the forecast every day rain, but it doesn't rain all day. It'll just rain here and there. So the major thing that we need the weather to hold out for is Oakland's birthday party because it's outside. So hopefully Saturday the weather will be nice. Otherwise we're all right, but hopefully it'll be all right. Rebecca's going to Cirque du Soleil with her 95-year-old father. That's gonna be so fun. I love those kind of shows. Oh, there's Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Let's see. Mary Jo is celebrating her granddaughter's 22nd birthday on Saturday. They're having a crab feast. Ooh. Happy birthday to her. Luann is watching her grandson today. Oh, I love that. Oakland's party is just little. It's only a couple of kids, you know, her best friends from school. Her mom kept it kind of small this year. We've done big parties before. We've done 2 or 3 of her birthdays here with lots of kids. But we're keeping it small this year. The new baby's here. There's a lot going on. School starts back soon. It's just gonna be a little bit on the smaller side this year for her 6th birthday. But she'll love it. She'll have fun. You know, just her best friends and her. It'll be great. And they're gonna have a fairy hair truck, so I'm gonna get fairy hair. Not truck, just a lady that comes with her setup and she does the fairy hair. I told Oakland, I said, are you doing fairy hair this year? I already knew she was. She's like, yeah. Are you gonna get fairy hair? I was like, yes. I said, I'll get it after you and all your friends do. And she was like, okay. So if you guys don't know about fairy hair, it's a little like piece, basically like a long strand of glitter that they like tie into your hair and eventually it all falls out, but it's just a little bit here and there and they call it fairy hair. All of the little kids, all the little girls are into it right now. It's so cute. You guys are having some hot weather, huh? South Dakota is hot today, 100. Mavis says, Cheryl says hot in southern Indiana. Ooh. Oh wow, Anna Maria was 9 years old on her first airplane going to Italy. My first flight was from Tennessee to California. I went with my friend Noelle and her mom, obviously. I was young. I was like in middle school. I think that was my first flight. And I was nervous. I was nervous because it was like immediately post 9/11 that we went. I think it was like the summer after. It was not long after that. So I had just, you know, as a kid, you see these things and then you get on a plane, you're like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be okay? You know? It was scary, but we were just fine. Let's see. Did you and Nikki and Lisa work together? Mary asked. That is a good question about how we all met. So, well, I met Lisa first. I met Lisa because Lisa is, she does fingerprint analysis, but she used to do crime scene. She used to be a crime scene technician here for the city of North Charleston at the same time that I was a parole officer. So we worked out of the same building. and we became friends just kind of in passing each other, and we were both young and female, which is unusual for those kind of positions. So we bonded over that, and then we became roommates. I was looking for a place to stay, and she had an extra room and bathroom, so we became roommates, and then we really became best friends. And I lived with her, I think, just a little over a year. It wasn't too long, but I was searching for a house and bought this one, but in between I was trying to figure out, what am I gonna do? You know, am I ready to buy a house on my own and all that? So Lisa and I have been friends for a very long time. We were roommates, and then I met Nikki because I had a dog walking and pet sitting service, and Nikki worked for me kind of just on the side. She had a regular job too, but she did a couple hours with me every week. And then we became very good friends from working together. And then Nikki moved in with Lisa. So then Nikki and Lisa became roommates because all three of us would hang out and spend time together. So we have both lived in Lisa's townhome that she rents out here in North Charleston, me and Nikki. All three of us have lived there. Not all at the same time, but we've all lived there. And now we're all three best friends. So we all get to see each other a lot and talk to each other. Spend time together. It's really important to have good girlfriends. It's imperative for me. There's my aunt. Hey, Cooking with Pam Davidson's on. I was on her page last night. She says we are hanging out this morning. Good. Get some relaxing time in. Oh my goodness, Sally. Sally says, I have never flew on a plane, but I did fly on a life flight helicopter. If I wasn't in the middle of a heart attack, I might have enjoyed it. LOL. Sally, you have a good sense of humor. I'm happy you're here to laugh about that. That sounds really scary. That is incredible. Sarah says she's going to enjoy this weekend because starting Sunday, they're going to be in another heat wave for 10 days. I wonder if we're getting more heat here. She's in Pennsylvania. No, Willow is not going to Oakland's party. They don't really know each other, which is funny because I spend so much time with them both, but almost always separately because there's such a big age gap with them. Willow is actually closer to Beckham's age, and I have watched Beckham and Willow together before, but they, you know, they're so young. They don't really know each other either. Oh, Martha's sweet. She says, good morning, Lindsay. Sounds like you have a busy weekend coming up. Oakland is so precious. Although all of Nikki's children are so precious. They are. Happy birthday to Oakland. Wow, Linda went big for her first flight. Her first flight was to Paris on her honeymoon. A 10-hour flight from Louisiana. 10 hours is a long time. Let's see. Scroll through. I'm a little behind on the comments. Yeah, Lisa's really good at her job. She's a supervisor in Arlington now, Arling Police Department. That she's so knowledgeable on fingerprint analysis, and it's pretty cool. It's like some CSI type stuff. So she's very impressive. She's got a great career going. Trisha's going to a professional bowling tournament in York, Pennsylvania. Scott's sister's husband is a bowler. He is really good at bowling. He wins lots of tournaments, and he's real good. She has made goodies for the bowlers, like chocolate chip cookies, Mountain Dew mini loaves, brownies, and banana nut bread. I would bowl for some of that. We're actually getting, guys, speaking of chocolate chip cookies and all those things, We are getting neighbors. I've showed you guys a couple of times the house 2 doors down that was for sale in my neighborhood, and it has sold and it has closed. So any day now we should have some new neighbors moving in. So that's very exciting. I'll have to bake some chocolate chip cookies and go knocking on the door to see who moved in. Let's see. Yeah, Lisa is gonna be doing a quick trip Friday to Monday, tomorrow through Monday. She flies out Monday evening. Belinda says, what's Lisa's job now? She's doing fingerprint analysis. She is a supervisor though now. Let's see. Hey, there's Gina. Hi, Gina. Ooh, Mary, let me know how your trip goes. She's flying to Bali in 2 weeks for vacation. I would love to go there and check that out. So you tell me how that is for you and what you guys get into there, Mary. I have a peach tea today. If I can get all of my to-do list done today, I might go see if they have any foster kittens for me to pick up. Dolly is listed as adoptable on the Charleston Animal Society website. So they posted her yesterday on there. So she is ready for her adoption, for her forever home. So somebody go scoop her up. Amy says, yay, kitten time. I didn't even take, usually in between kittens, I clean the whole room and I put everything away. Like I put the pop-up away after it dries off from washing it, and you know, I put everything kind of like away, and I set the room back up as if it's a guest room and an office again. I didn't even bother doing that this time. I cleaned the whole thing and I just put everything back, like kittens are coming soon, so let's just leave it here. So there's an empty pop-up in there right now, and everything's kind of just like ready for new kittens. So might have to go see what they get. Oh yeah, if Tina wants to go over to, where did you say you want to go? Italy? Yep, she wants to go to Italy. Are you gonna have to go by plane, Tina? Yep, you'll have to get over your fear of flying. Try it out for the first time. Where's Delilah and Remy? You know what? I don't know. Oh, I do know where Delilah is. I think Remy's inside. Oh, there's Delilah, but she's running away right now. She was just sleeping right there. There she is. There's my little doggy dog. She hears something out there. What do you hear? Hmm? Yep, Sarah Lisa is gonna stay in the pool house. She loves to be in the pool house. It's her little house, and we've got it all set up for her and ready to go. So it's so nice because, you know, in the morning, like, she sleeps in later than we do. So we can get up, Scott can move about, we can be clanging around in the kitchen and, you know, leave for a workout or whatever, come back, and then once she gets up, you know, we can invite her over, be like, hey, you up? Come on over. And then she comes over and we have coffee together, whatever, in the morning, breakfast, and hang out. And then, you know, when it's time for us to like shower and leave the house and get ready, like we have separate spaces for that. So it's just so nice to have. I'm really grateful for it because, you know, last year was the first year that we had it. You know, we built it last summer. So we have been so used to just having company in like the room where the kittens are. So for one, if I had company, I could not have any fosters, which was hard. And two, you know, with the one bathroom inside, it was always kind of a battle of like, okay, who's gonna shower first? Like, whoever takes longest to get ready, start now, and then we'll time it out. You know, if you have to use the bathroom and somebody's in there, you're waiting around. So it's nice to have. It is nice. Isn't it, Lila? Look at my baby. You're so pretty. You're matching me. I'm wearing black and white today too. Yes, I am. Got my black pants and my white tank top. And you're wearing black and white. How you doing, girl? I took her yesterday to get her nails cut. Looks like she has forgiven me. She doesn't like that. Oh, yeah. You're a good girl. You want to come over and say hi to everybody? You're a sweet baby. You're a sweet baby. She had a little, almost like a golf ball sized little growth, it looked like, right here, like where her armpit is. And I said, oh my gosh, what is that? You know, because she has like a fluid pocket on her back leg that has been seen by the vet. He said it's fine unless it starts to affect her mobility, like it gets so big that it's affecting how she walks. Just leave it alone. So if it starts to get too big and it affects how she walks, they'll drain it. It's just full of like liquid. But anyway, so she had like a smaller looking one, kind of like that, but it felt different. And so I took a picture and I sent it to the vet. The vet is Nikki's boyfriend, Ryan. So I sent it to him and I'm like, Ryan, what is this? Like, this just popped up on Delilah. And he was like, let me take a look at the picture, you know, and what does it feel like and stuff. So I'm texting with him. And then the next day I woke up in the morning and it was gone. And that was like 3 weeks ago. So I don't know, maybe she got stung by a bee or something. My poor girl, I don't know what it was. But it came up and it went away. Hallelujah. I'm glad, because you know I worry about her with those lumps and bumps because she's had that 2 cancer surgeries already. So I was worried about her, and then I just woke up the next day and it was gone and it has not come back. So whew, I was happy to see that. Oh, there's my aunt. She says she's eating some cereal at the hotel for breakfast. Anna Maria says, I want to visit my beach in Florida, Anna Maria Island. I have never been there. That would be cool. You're named after it. Let's see. Oh, my aunt says she's already been to Yellowstone. Someone suggested she go out to Yellowstone. I wonder what they're doing today. What are you guys doing today? I wonder what your weather is like too. I should look that up. Mimi, my aunt says we went 475 miles yesterday. Top speed was 95. Oh my, that is crazy. Carol says, it must have been hard being a parole officer. I just learned you were one. Have you ever talked about that on this page? I have. I did probation when I lived in Tennessee. I was a probation officer in Tennessee after I graduated from East Tennessee State. And then when I moved to Charleston, they have different programs here, and everything's set up differently than it was in Tennessee. So I ended up in parole, and it was really hard. I don't know how many years I did it here. I guess 3 years here. I think it was about 3 years here. And it's a really tough job. It's very hard. I was drawn to it because of the helping aspect. Like, you get to help the felons like find jobs and housing and get them bus tickets and used clothes, and you know, that part of me, like the fundraising, like helper in me was drawn to it, and that was good, but it was just so dangerous. We had a lot of incidences where I was like, it would be so easy for me to be harmed or killed in this situation. So I ended up getting out of it. I just thought I wasn't able to do all the things that I thought I would be able to do anyway, as far as the helping part goes. It was really a tough job, and it was hard to enforce. You had to be two different people. Like, you had to enforce all the rules, but also like care about the outcome and want to help them and all that. So the rule enforcement part of it was hard because we weren't getting like the backing that we needed from the state. So like, if these guys violated their parole, what the judge wants is for you to write up the violation and then they go back to prison. Like, that's how parole works. You get out on parole. If you're not successful on parole, you do the rest of your time in prison because you've already done some of your time. The parole board says you can get out if you follow these rules. Then you can stay out and do the rest of your time on parole, or you can violate those rules and you can return to prison and do the rest of your time in prison. But the violations were so hard. It was as if like the program didn't want to send anybody back, even if it was like what's best for the community and maybe even for the offender. It was really tough, guys. It was really tough. I respect the people that do it. I respect police officers so much, too. Sharon, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. It was a job, though. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about, the major thing I learned was just how to speak with anybody from any walk of life, from anywhere, no matter what their situation is today. I feel like I can just talk to anybody. And if that hasn't prepared me for this, I don't know what else could. So my advice to anybody who wants to do what I'm doing right now, go be a parole officer first and then come do this. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump off here, get on my list. If I can get everything done, then I might be able to pick up some babies today. So I'll let you guys know if that happens or not. If it doesn't happen today, it probably won't be till Monday or Tuesday next week, maybe Wednesday. So we will see. All right, guys, thanks for coming on. My next task is cleaning the pool, so wish me luck. Bye, everybody.